Hello, my name is Valentine Biggerstaff. I was head of comp on this project, and I'm going to take you through some of the behind the scenes. So, the first week of this project was pretty crazy. We initially got all the plates from our director, Martin Karlsson. Once we were moderately happy with a shot in comp, we were able to slap it into our editorial. Here we were able to see our progress every single day and how each shot flowed into one another. We had a planning document. This was something that we constantly updated so that we could see the status of each shot, and we were able to see which artist was working on which shot. This way, if I saw a problem with the shot, I could go directly to their head, or I could go directly to the artist themselves if it was a quick problem.
How is everything going, Sam?
Bad.
Normally I would go straight to the lead because, you know...
Because they're lead.
Because they're the lead.
They're supposed to lead.
They're supposed to lead.
That's what they do.
So oftentimes I would go directly to them whenever talking about their artist's work. And this way they would pass on whatever notes I or Martin had directly to the artist and they could make quick fixes. The first week was spent being in a lot of meetings. First of all, we had to meet with everyone, discuss roles, all that kind of stuff. We had already decided on which artists were going to be leads. So the first week was spent, deciding who's going to do what shot, who's going to do what in what shot, who's going to be doing the grooming, who's going to be doing the texturing, which characters you're going to do. One thing us compers had to do at the very beginning is some stuff that was a little tedious. For example, our actress, Celeste, had a habit of looking into the camera, so we had to manually fix her eyes so that she wasn't looking in the camera anymore. We also had some other stuff that we could fix, like our little falcon. That was something that didn't require CG, so we could do that before the CG started to be rendered.
Definitely the biggest hardship during this project was getting 50 people to work together. Yeah, definitely. It's all of us, sure, we've worked together in smaller constellations of people before in smaller groups, but getting like an efficient workflow with all the people involved has been hard. It's kind of like this project was kind of like us having to start up a company and doing that and deliver a project from scratch in 6 weeks. I would say in general, if we would have had our workflows already set up and kind of gotten the chance to test it, it might have been a bit more easier in the beginning. Yeah, it all comes down to teamwork and group effort again, and just getting sort of 50 people to work towards the same goal and getting these 50 people to have the same image in their mind of what we're doing.
I'll show you something. Look.
Beautiful topology.
Like starting out, we had to plan out time estimations of all how long would modeling of all the assets take, each individual asset, texturing, when can we hand over the model to texturing departments and things like that, and trying to plan it out time-wise on each and every individual person so it would fit, so no one was sitting doing nothing or someone had way too much to do and someone is sitting and doing something when we need that person on something else. Mm-hmm. So just also managing the people and trying to not make people feel like they are not doing good.
LookDev is basically developing the look of the character, and you take the clay model and give it life, basically. My biggest challenge was working with a character. I never worked with a character before, and it was a lot of back and forth with my head and our supervisor, Oscar.
Hey, I'm Simon. And my task for this project was rigging and character effects mainly. No, I did some saliva stuff in hooding actually. We wanted to set it up procedurally so we could just switch out the characters if we needed, if another character wanted to have some strings, for example.
Oh, yeah. More of that.
Well, a lot of people say that it's with a marionette doll. To be able to use a marionette, you would need the strings and you would need the little control. And that's what rigging is. It's you set up the controls to be able to animate the characters, basically. So you decide what is going to move, what part of the character and stuff like that. I improved a lot, but I think mostly in regards to working in a good, in a big group, and following a pipeline, stuff like that. Like always keeping in mind that like whatever you do, you need to make sure that it works in the pipeline.
My name is Sam, and I'm doing pipeline and comp. So I'm mostly focused on doing the daily tool for comp, but I also implemented some tools for both 3D artists and compers in Nuke.
You okay?
I've been head of animation, so I've been animating a lot. I think my role as leading, or what do you call it, has mostly been like I'm just trying to communicate with the director and the teachers and those guys, and just trying to make sure that we don't fall behind. Otherwise it's just been like we've just been having fun and animating.
Right now we're in the final week of post-production. So this means we are still receiving renders from the CG department, so there's still a lot to be worked on. I don't really have a point. I just wanted to tell you.
Yeah. My involvement in this project, it was mainly lead compositor. We got shots and we were working on different shots, trying to get this like to work eventually. Like we had fun every single day. This is our last project and I really enjoyed working with everyone. We all work on something before we go to our internships, and we all try this feeling that we're a whole unit working for one goal and we can achieve it, and that was really nice too.
Yeah, it was a very fun project. I think it's gonna be a really nice movie, and I think I'm really looking forward to the end result of it, to see it. I want to say something smart, but I'm not smart enough. When you're getting into this business, like you maybe started out like doing stuff at home, can do whatever. And then when you go into the business, you all of a sudden find that you kind of have to do your work, but you have all these rules that you have to apply onto your work. Try to be creative and think outside of the box. Sounded deep.